During the unveiling of the government's revitalization blueprint yesterday, Works Minister Gillian John announced plans to convert part of Sealots into a modernized industrial park and free trade zone.
But residents there tonight expressing some concerns. As Carissa Lee and Ricardo St. Bernard tell us, residents want to know what the government has in store for them.
Within the next 10 years, government envisions part of Sealots being transformed into a modernized port and government hub. In the government's revitalization blueprint, Works and Infrastructure Minister Gillian John announced their plan to develop the area into the Sealots Industrial Park and Free Trade Zone. However, on the ground, residents question who exactly will win when works begin.
It's really investors, and the investors will be benefiting when you do come to this area.
Along Pioneer Drive, one resident who did not want to appear on camera said the government's plan may just push them out of a community they helped build.
Stanley train, no go running on log, watching while you're watching e-landing swimming. Now the people fight, the residents fight and develop this place to get it how it is today. It used to be shacks, it's no longer shacks. People get comfortable, have the family here, they build a big house.
The resident welcomes consultation but underscored that they will not give up without a fight.
And you just here come up with a plan and say you will put jetty and investors and warehouse. What it is having that for the residents and for the youths.
One 29-year-old resident who also did not want to appear on camera said the project will affect more than their location, but their livelihoods.
When this estate come about, right, that in come in terms of relocation, separation, and if you understand it, because I know my neighbor years, I know this one here, I know if I need something where to go to.
He said most of them do odd jobs in the city. Some are either fishermen or sell goods, and moving them would require teaching them how to survive. The young man added that while he welcomes consultation on relocation, they will not be going into any apartment buildings. However, two residents whose front view is the waterfront strip said once properly compensated, they are ready to leave.
I don't negotiate, try my best to get a fix up house, let government get that for me, I go.
The shop owner who lives Concession Drive said since he was a child, he has been hearing about this plan and welcomes it. They said the community is not the same.
I have a business here. If I don't go in town to buy the things that I need, the trucks don't want to come here. The trucks go everywhere in Port of Spain.
Meanwhile, Port of Spain South MP Keith Scotland told CNC3 News nothing can happen in Sealots without consultation, but declined to comment further, saying the opposition leader would take the lead in the coming days.
When you Jakes will realize that you will never ever be part of their interests, part of their plans pursuant to anything that will be beneficial for you all. When you Jakes will realize. Anyhow, shalom, shalom, shalom. This is your brother Kahan from the GMS Prophetic Vibration Camp here in Trinidad, with another edification through the power and spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. First and foremost, Kal Halayam La Allah Hayanawa Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakaha Kodash, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahweh Shai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahweh Shai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahweh Shai. Double honors unto the apostles, the bishops, the elders, a great milestone that will well. Salutation unto the brothers who preaching and teaching the truth throughout the four corners of the earth, risking their lives, the freedom to do so now more than ever. Shalom unto the speckled Israelites, and shalom unto the very few but faithful Akwat, which is the sisters that listening and learning. You will never ever be on, how to put this, boy? You will never be of their interest. We just play it that way and done the story. They don't have you in their plans. The elites, will never have you in their plans for any development, any social development, that will be to your beneficial, that will be to you having a better way of life. And Jake wouldn't wake up. Jake will just continue to be downtrodden and downtrodden and downtrodden, and it just will continue to live in that bubble. To live in that bubble and that illusion that they taught, that it's the same thing. It's the same thing over in Babylon, Same thing over in Babylon the Great. Every 4 years, they go there to vote. Thinking, well, they will get some change, some betterment. And it's always still the same. Now, this situation here that we see in here that is about to take place in Sealat, and it will take place. It will take place. And it's not just only going to take place in Sealat. You see Laventille, you see the hills of Laventille, it's been long overdue with these elites, with them wanting the hills of Laventille. Getting rid of the residents within Laventille and having that view, the hills of Laventille and that beautiful view. It's a long time they wanted that for themselves. It's a long time they wanted that for themselves. And you Jakes, you just love oppression. As the scripture say, pursuant to Isaiah 38, what the hell do I? Isaiah 30. And I think it's verse 9 or verse 10, let me see. Isaiah verse, let me see. The point is 12, but I would have to start at verse 8. I have no choice. This is Isaiah 30 and 8. Now go, write it before them in a table and note it in a book, that it may be for the time to come forever and ever, that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord, which say to the seers, which is the prophets, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceit. This is what Jake wants. Jake don't want to hear the truth. It says, get you out of the way, turn aside, out of the path. Cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. This is what they constantly say. It says, wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word and trust in oppression. And this is the thing. Jake trusts in oppression. Jake trusts in oppression. They go every 4 to 5 years, to a polling station to say they're choosing someone to lead over them, whether it be another wicked Jake or whether it be of the heathen, these Elamite, It is what it is. And Jake just continue to be downtrodden and oppressing. They like to have it so. It says, and perverseness, and they stay thereon. Therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant. You understand? Because when you go up to verse 1 to verse 3, same Isaiah 30, where the Lord said, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Hey, the whole of Sealots went and voted for UNC. All right, the whole of Sealots went and voted for UNC. Likewise, the whole of Lavantel and what have you, so forth. You know, communities that is predominantly Jake. All right, they all went to vote for UNC. All right, yellow is the code, right? But look what the Lord said. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt be your confusion. So now what? Now you all are in a situation where you all are being kicked out for developments in the area, all right? A port and a park and whatever developments, you know, whatever infrastructure that they are about to implement, you know, bring about within the Sealots area, within certain parts of the Sealots area. And best believe, when that take place, you all ain't gonna enjoy it. You all ain't gonna get the chance to enjoy it. Hey, look what's taking place in Jamaica. All right, a lot of the beaches in Jamaica is privately owned. All right, a lot of the beaches, the people of Jamaica, the Jamaican, the everyday average citizen of Jamaica, they can't even go to their beaches. You understand? So what? You think when they put up that park and that and that port and other things of entertainment and whatever, you know, you think that is going? You think UJ is going to have access to that and benefit from that? No, that's going to be for the elite. Hey, is the elites that is investing in that and getting up and getting it up and running? All right, and the sad part about it is, you know, they ain't coming to consult with you all to hear, you know, get ideas from you all, get any feedback, you know, what you know, get any, you know, the concerns of the people, you know, whatnot, so forth, what the people think about the development, and, you know, what could we do within the development that, you know, it could be on a fair grounds, you know, that everybody could benefit from it and what have you, so forth. No, it ain't like that. All right, they're doing their thing, and they're doing their thing without you all. They could care less about you all. At the end of the day, to them, you all are just a bunch of niggas. You get it? You all are just a bunch of niggas to them. That's how they see it. That's why I want to go to Jeremiah, I think it's Jeremiah 15 and 5. Jeremiah chapter 15. And verse 5, where it reads, For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? Or who shall bemoan thee? Or who shall go aside to ask how thou doest? All right? There's where it is. There's where it is. They don't care about you all. They're not coming to ask you all about how you all doing, you know, what your thoughts. What are your thoughts on this new development plans that we have? You know, we want to see how we could, you know, do to be able to implement you all within the plans, you know. You know, we want to implement you all within the plans, you know, because at the end of the days, you all been here. All right, you all been going through what we all been going through here and whatnot, so forth, and we seeking your interests. It's not about that. And you jakes, can't see it. Alright? You all can't see it. We came here as slaves, and the thing about it is you jakes get so comfortable. Alright? You jakes get so comfortable in the land of your captivity. You know that here you have something that is on the brink of coming in, all right, which is the kingdom of heaven, where you will be in rulership, all right, where you will be the ones calling the shots, all right, where you will be the one having all the benefits and whatnot, so forth, you know, reaping all the benefits. And you all don't want that. You all want scrums. You all want to continue to lick the master's toes and suck his toes, and whatever crumbs he throw on the ground for you all, you know, you all satisfy with that. All right, but for us who in this work here, who in this truth here, you know, hey, what does Scripture tell us? Pursuant to Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 14, Hebrews 13 and 14, wherefore we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come. Hey, this place is our captivity, man. Alright, and the sooner you all gotta understand that, the sooner you all things will start to move different for you all, where Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is concerned, pursuing to prophecy to get us out of here. That is why the Lord said, pursuant to 2nd Esdras, as I was saying that, 2nd Esdras 15, and I think it's verse 9, I will believe, 2nd Esdras 15 and 9, actually, verse 10, let me see, I will start at verse 10. From verse 8 and all, good enough. A matter of fact, I will start from verse 7. You know what? I will start from verse 7. 2nd Esdras 15 and 7. It reads, therefore say the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching the wickedness which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves, which is both 2/3 and the heathen nations. Right? Behold, the innocent and the righteous blood cried unto me, all right, which is the 1/3, the elect, the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel, and the souls of the just complain continually. Because hey, this is what these are, and this is the thing, you know, Elder Manatazak, he had done Elder Manatazak, I believe, not Elder Manatazak, all right, from South Carolina. He had done a edification a couple of days back, you know, where a guy was like, why you Hebrew Israelites so angry? You know, and he did a response to that. And, you know, situations such as this here we see taking place in Silat, which is about to take place in Silat, these are the things, these are the things that gets us angry. These are the things that you know, because the scripture says, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. All right, and a gift destroy the heart. All right, and this is the thing that gets us angry, because it's blatant oppression on our people. I mean, there are 2/3 and they reject the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, but at the end of the day is our people. And when we see our people going through this, it gets us angry, because the other nations, hey, the other nations are benefiting of our suffering. All right, they help further on the affliction. All right, you all voted for Kamala and whatnot, so forth, and look what the frick Kamala doing to you all. All right, the community of Sealards voted for Kamala when everybody when UNC when everybody win. All right, hey, now I'm not an advocate for PNM, because at the end of the day, Rowley, the UNC, whatever political party, they're all in the same pot. All right, they are all of the same like. All right, they are all oppressors. But what I'm saying, the point that I'm trying to bring forth, you know, is that hey, you all voted with the mindset, you know, that you all voting for change. Well, yeah, you're getting change. You're really getting a change. A change in even more and more oppression. That's the change you vote for. For more and more oppression. All right. So as it says, behold, the innocent and righteous blood cried unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. Yeah, continually we are complaining of the wickedness that is taking place. All right. And therefore, thus saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in Egypt, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. All right? And this is what we're looking forward to. All right? This is what the hopefully elect looking forward to. While the rest, the 2/3, they want to continually to be in this place here, living under oppression. living under oppression. This is what it is. It's a sad situation, but this is the situation that we're in. Alright? Look, funny enough, I mean, right now, as I speaking here, you know, on the plantation, you know, killing time here doing this edification before I go and pick up shift. But funny enough, this little spot that I sit down here at, all right, there is the spirit, there is the spirit. And I will believe it's IUIC, all right? I will believe it's IUIC. I will believe that IUIC maybe had made a pass through here. Because look, I see in a leaflet, my eye just, the spirit just happened to guide my eye through it, you know, on this paper here. And when I look, I say, what? And I see in a leaflet, all right, pursuant to the true image of Christ. They say, don't know that had to be IUIC. You see, yeah, IUIC. So which means like IUIC had maybe passed through here. All right? But hey, they're just a perfect example. All right? Now, you know, IUIC don't have the full 100% truth and they're calling on the wrong name and whatever. All right? But a simple thing as this, you know, which is just a stepping stone, because I would believe they give it to a Jake. You know, and the Jake maybe look at it and just rest that piece of paper there and you go about your business. You can care less. And this is the thing that I'm speaking about. All right, this is the thing that I'm speaking about. This is the example. This is a perfect example. You know, this ain't no coincidence that the Lord make me to place my eyes on this here. All right, a paper, you know, a leaflet, you know, the true depiction of Christ or Hamashiach, you know, and the depiction and, you know, the pursuant to Cesare Borgia and all these things and whatnot, so forth, you know. But it just goes to show, you know, our people, they love what they love their oppression. They love their master. They love, you know, being trodden down. Basically, that is what it is with our people. It's sad, but this is the situation that we're in, as I said. All right. This year, here we at a time where things is happening. All right. And we in a state of gathering, you know. As the scripture says, I think that is Zephaniah 2:1, I believe. It's a long time I go to that scripture, you know. A long time. Yep. Yeah, Zephaniah 2:1, where it reads, gather yourselves together, ye gather together, O nation not desired. All right, O nation not desired. We just read the scripture pursuant to Jeremiah 15:5. All right, who would bemoan thee? Who would ask how thou doest? Who would come to seek our interests? None. And what is taking place there in Silat, it's you can't get a better example than that. All right? They're going to chase the people, all right? Relocate them, give them next to nothing, you know, for their land, because our land is prime land. That's Silat, that waterfront, that is prime land. All right? And they will get them for next to nothing, because why? The people themselves, you know, with all the crime and all these nonsense and whatnot, so forth, you know, it devalue the place, you know. So they will get next to nothing, if anything at all. All right, if anything at all. And the elites, they go into set up shop and do whatever they have to do and upgrade the place and, you know, whatnot, so forth. And to hell with Jake. All right, so hey, what? Gather yourselves together, ye gather together, O nation not desired. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you. All right? Seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness It may be that ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger. All right? You all should be in a spirit of God, or being within the muster. All right? Rather than looking to try to make a life in this fucked up place. This is what you, Jake, should be seeking. But it is what it is. Jake don't want that. Jake rather see and settle on the lease, and yeah, that's why the scripture say, I think I will leave in this with this last scripture here, which goes back to Baruch. Baruch 2, not 2, actually 3 and 8. Baruch 3 and 8, where it reads, Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse. Right? And this is the for hey, if that is a true visual of what the curse is about, well, boy, I don't know what is. Yeah? For a curse, for a reproach and a curse, and to be subjected to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers which departed from the Lord our power. Hear, Israel, the commandments of life. Give ear to understand wisdom. This is what the Lord is telling us Israelites. How happeneth, Israel, that thou art in the enemy's land, that thou art waxen old in a strange country, that thou art defiled with the dead, that thou art counted with them that go down into the grave. You understand? This is what Jake rather to just, Jake came here a slave, they settle here, whatnot, so forth. They get a little job, they reach the age of retirement, they get a pension, the NIS and whatnot, so forth, and they live however they live until the day that they go down into the grave, they wax old and go down into the grave, and the cycle just continuing over and over and over. Nothing of true understanding, wisdom, knowledge, nothing of coming to the understanding of why we in this condition, why we going through what we going through, whatnot, so forth. What can we do so we could get out of this wicked place? What can we do? All right, who can we call upon on? Because we calling upon man, we calling upon the government, upon the wicked church leaders, and nothing seems to alleviate the problem. So what can we do? Jake not asking themselves these questions. Jake just going down the same road, feel well, they could come with some plan and some this, whatever, to try to cope, or however it may go, but it will never work, because we are under the curses. And until you all come to the understanding that, hey, we are a people of the Most High, and we here because He put us here through the curses that He promised He would put us under. You understand? Because of our disobedience. Until you all come to that true understanding, you all will continue to be in that fucked up situation. Now, I'm not saying that when you wake up to the truth, everything is going to be all well and hunky-dory and the curses is going to be lifted off. No, we're still under the curses until Yahweh Shai makes His return. All right? But what I'm saying is, the time is coming where the Most High is bringing everything to an end, but to a destructive end. And if you continue being for the system, being within the system, being plugged in into the system, when the system is being destroyed, you're going to be destroyed with this system too. That's the point that I'm trying to drive to you all. That's the point that, the apostles and the elders and, the bishops and what have you, so forth, been trying to drive to you all. Yeah. So it says here, for thou hast walked in the way of the most. For if thou had walked in the way of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, thou shouldest have dwelt in peace forever. Yeah? If we did. But we're not. So we're going through what we're going through. All right? We're going through what we're going through. But this is a time now where wisdom and knowledge is being shared, is being, pushed out. So that brothers and sisters could be enlightened and wake up from their deep sleep. They refuse. They don't want that. So, all right. So go through what you're going through. Go through what you're going through. Let me see if you could pull yourself out of it. Yeah? There's where it is. There's where it is. All right, so I will leave it at that. I hope you all are edified through the power and spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Your brother Kahan from the GMS Prophetic Vibration Camp saying, Kal Halayam, La Alahayanawa, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai. Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai. Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai. Double honors unto the apostles, the bishops, the elders, a great milestone that rule well. Salutation unto the brothers who are preaching and teaching the truth throughout the four corners of the earth, risking their lives and the freedom to do so no more than ever. Shalom unto the speckled Israelites and shalom unto the very few but faithful Akwat. Until then, shalom Yasharallah.